think that aviation attracts entrepreneurs. At least it certainly did in my case. Well, you know, entrepreneurs in aviation, they're kind of almost one and the same. I mean, almost everybody I've known in my life in aviation has been an entrepreneur. People like Bill Lear, Clay Lacy, Stephen Udvar-Hazy. They just all kind of started without very much and had big dreams. Entrepreneurs have a lot of drive, and most entrepreneurs have a lot of failures getting to the top. And so, you know, they have the ability to look back, learn from their mistakes, and move forward. Entrepreneur, in my mind, is someone who has a dream or an idea and has such focus that no matter what the obstacles are, they press ahead and make it happen. Most people in aviation, they have such a passion for it, they don't feel like they're taking a risk. And most people I've seen in aviation, you know, unlike a lot of other businesses, don't go out, you know, they don't start out to make a lot of money. They just love what they do, and if it happens, it happens. I met him when he bought Learjet, and he was a great man because Learjet was having problems, and he stabilized the company and put it to the next level and put out airplanes like the Lear 35 and 36 that are still great airplanes today. Well, what can you say about Clay? He's one of my closest friends. He's really the reason I'm in the aviation business today. He took me for a ride in a Learjet in 1965. But Clay is Mr. Aviation. Anything to do with aviation and advancing it, and especially from the pilot standpoint, is Clay Lacy. Great deal of admiration for what he's done. I mean, just to show you what a powerful man he is, this year at Farnborough, the industry was really in a funk, and their new company, Jet Lease, came out, and they ordered a large number of new Airbuses and Boeing airplanes, and that just lifted everybody's spirits, and everybody kind of looked and said, well, boy, if Udvar-Hazy's doing it, I guess we can too. He's a leader, definite leader. Well, flight safety, what can you say? I mean, Al I didn't know Al really well. I met him a few times, but I had a great deal of admiration. What he's done for training pilots worldwide is really extraordinary, and responsible for a lot of safe flying. I learned a lot from Jim. Jim is one of the smartest what I would call marketing technologists and aerodynamicists, I think, in the world today. He is brilliant. I think he's one of the best branders in the world. And I think that he knows how to use that Virgin name and take it to new heights. But he's also quite a giver, and I think his new space program is extraordinary. But I mean, look at his track record. We were an overnight success. We started in 1990 and it's 2010 now, so it takes time. This is called a spiroid. I call it a double winglet, but it's a more efficient design of a blended winglet. Dr. Gratzer, who designed our blended winglet, said, you know, I've got to figure out a way so we have no tip vortex. So he did that by looping the winglet down back into the wing. And now the vortex bleeds very gradually on the whole trailing edge. The airplane more efficient. One thing we all know, fuel isn't getting cheaper in the future. We've saved 2.5 billion gallons of fuel now. This is a new device that we've just come up with, and we're going to fly it. We're actually going to certify it on the Hawkers and then maybe even some of the Boeings. What this is a scimitar tip. We just patented it, and if you'll notice it, look at it straight on, it's quite an airfoil. See the outside and the inside? So what we've done is we've tested this, and it gives 0.5% in drag just by replacing the existing tip and putting this scimitar tip on. It's quite an elegant looking device, and what we'll do is the old wing tip will go off and the new one go right on, so it'll be just like this. Fly, we work on airplanes, we hang around airplanes. When we're not working, we're talking about airplanes. It's something different. I think it has to do with when you're up in the sky at 40,000 feet, the dimension that you see is so much different than anybody else's. I think it expands your mind. When I was a young boy, my mom always taught me that anything was possible. And I think the secret in life is never forgetting that.